is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's an eye for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to going under. Swimming in the banya, I was covered in a tidal wave, But I'm a fighter, trying to take me down, I'm going higher. Baby, you've been playing with some fire. You've been playing with fire. One day you will see what you made of me. Found my inner beast. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when the sword die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night. 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 You can save your alibi. I already know you lied. Oh no, don't even try. Watch the flame in me ignite. You didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came. Baby, it was dark, it was hard to see. And that's when a spark lit inside of me. Oh, I was lost from reverie. Oh, one day you will see what you made of me, what's inside of me. Oh, one day you will see I found my inner peace. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when the sword die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night. 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 And one day you will see what you made of me, what's inside of me. Oh, and one day you will see I found my inner beast, and you watch it release.
Так. Телепорт, телепорт.
You dig this crazy scene or what?
Привіт, Олександр Петрович. Чому несподівано? Треба ж закінчувати його.
This place is the easiest.
Що з кіберпанком? Кіберпанк буде, все буде. У мене просто...
The eyes of the mighty Caesar are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Your crimes against the Legion, including the death of the fearless Wulpes and Kulta, are hereby forgiven. Caesar will not extend this mercy again. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands. Incidentally, it will interest you to know that the man you seek has fled the Strip, and is likely making haste for Caesar's camp as we speak. I am one of Caesar's Frumentari, an infiltrator, a spy. We were not difficult to track. The mighty Caesar has bestowed upon you his mark and guaranteed safe conduct. If he wanted you dead, you would be dead already. Seek Caesar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The cursor Lucullus will be waiting. Caesar awaits. Caesar awaits.
Щось мені підказує, це якась пастка. Цезар, бляха-муха. Так, а як телепорт тут працює, я забув вже. Кіберпанк буде, все буде, у мене просто кілька ігор, вже давно початих, 2 Fallout, Skyrim. І що ще по-любому я вже не пам'ятаю. І от Ромахов мовив, типа ще є цей О, є. Мені здається, звук баганув. Бо звук такий, ніби я в місті або в цьому готелі якомусь. Багато голосів.
Though you aren't of the Legion, you've aided us more than once. We acquire many items on our raids, some useless to us, some forbidden. I've provided you the location of a drop box where you can obtain these items. The box will be replenished every few days. Please be aware that we'll assume any items left in the box will be unwanted and be removed and destroyed. Stay an ally of the Legion, and we will share our loot with you. If you start working against us or become an enemy, our deal ends. True to Kaiser.
Hello. Please, help me. Thank God. Let me down, please. No. God, please.
Так, я думаю, треба зберегтися.
Please, help me. Legion caught me. Said this was the penalty for drug runners. Please, let me down. Please, for the love of God, let me down. No, please, don't leave me here.
Привіт, Андрій, привіт, Сергій. Так, хай чувак поки повисить, типа. На зворотньому шляху, може, ми його знімемо, якщо він буде живий.
I'll wait. I'll wait. The machine...
Halt! What business have you in Cottonwood Cove, outsider? You wear the mark of Caesar. You must be who Cursor Lucullus is waiting for. You may continue, but be warned. Mark or no, we will not tolerate aggressive action by visitors in the camp.
Looks like a floating eye. I don't like it.
Так, в мене є пропуск. Kill and care.
Leave while you still can. A profligate bearing the mark of Caesar. What is the world coming to? Cursor Lucullus is waiting for you with the barge at the docks. He will take you to the fort to speak with Caesar. As much as the profligate's cowardice will allow, they haven't found the balls to attack us here, but we catch them out on patrols. With 2 contubernia at my command, I've killed and captured 4 times my numbers. The killing of profligates should never go unrewarded. I'll pay you a small sum per tag. How many? A good bit of hunting. Here's your payment. Was there something else you wanted to bother me with? It is the armor of a Centurion. You have the rare honor of beholding it unspattered by the blood of my inferiors. Of course I am, you fool. I am a Centurion. When Vulpes and Kulta drove the NCR from Searchlight by clever means, Caesar himself ordered me to set up this camp and harass the profligates.
Привіт,
It's a
машиномет.
modest presence, a single finger of the Legion reaching across the river's narrows. But with me here, it has an iron knuckle. Cursor Lucullus is waiting for you at the docks. He'll take you to Caesar. Wale. Leave while you still can.
Ну от персонаж наш. Через те, що тут, типу, гра трохи крива.
Leave while you still can. Leave while you still can.
То персонаж не дуже гарний. Але як є. Так, а як там... це не те. А, там інша команда. Так, він з іншого боку Полтавщини. Ближче до Харківщини, на кордоні з Харківщиною. Я про той район навіть і не чув, якби. Ну от наш персонаж. Це взагалі це якби мод на Fallout 3. Ну, я за допомогою танців з бубном і все таке зміг встановити мод на Fallout 3 на Fallout New Vegas. Воно ніби якби одна і та же ігра, але типа, як виявилось, не дуже то і те й саме. Коротше, нема тут нікого.
Awe, are you ready to head upriver? I am Cursar Lucullus, and my orders are to escort you to the Legion's camp at Fortification Hill. Are you ready to go? You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself, founder of the Legion, conqueror of 86 tribes. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. That it would be a woman is even more surprising. All who are not Legion are dissolute. They live in squalor, unrestrained by morality, lacking moderation, temper, and self-control. Their very existence is a blight on the common good. Even worse are the profligates, the subtype of dissolute one finds this side of the river. They hold themselves to be civilized, when in fact they are corrupt and self-interested. The truth will be made clear to them soon enough. You'd know better than I would, but you must be remarkable for Caesar to take such an interest. The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat. By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. Awe, true to Caesar.
Оце пістолет у мене скритого ношення. Впало? Щось впало. Та на столі, мабуть. Ну то не у мене.
Awe, true to Caesar.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Бо в мене, типа, чи в мене зброю ще не забирали. Ну, коротше, прикол Цезаря, що він, типа, тут у них рабовласність. Раби. Тільки чоловіки мають право носити зброю, ну і взагалі бути чуваками. А жінки взагалі тут, типа, по-любому раби. У тому-то і прикол, що ми граємо за жіночого перса. Який тут прийшов домовлятися з Цезарем.
I'm harsh on the children, but they'll be excellent legionaries. I'm quite proud of them.
Awe, true to Kaisar.
A free woman. It's been a while since I've seen a woman who wasn't a slave. I forget myself. Are you injured? I never finished my training. The Legion saw to that when they overran my town. I do know basic first aid, but I've had to rely on tribal remedies to treat illnesses and injuries. Healing powders and all that. I'm always running low on Xanderroot. Plenty of rock flowers, though. Oh, I've been using 2 roots per flower. Thanks to you, I'll be able to create twice as much healing powder per day.
Так, обирав, блін. Я ж граю за спеціального персонажа. У нас тут по моду навіть раса. Типа майор.
For sale? I'm a slave, not a merchant. I could give you some supplies every day, though. You are, after all, a friend of the Legion. What about it? Do you have some advice? Was there something else? What do you want to know? A small town in New Mexico. The Legion burned it a few years back. That's how I ended up here. 3 years and counting. If I could just get across the river, I'd be free. Not that I'd try it. I've seen what happens when you get caught. We're property. If you're too young or too old, the men usually leave you alone. Usually. You ought to be careful yourself. I overheard some of the legionaries talking about trying you out. All right. Okay.
Ну, я так і знав, що мене найобують тут. Давай, удачі.
Awe, true to Kaisar.
You must enter Kaisar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside. You must enter Kaisar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
So, what? We chase that little cocksucker down or what? He's got... Ask him then.
Так, треба знайти.
Sounds good to me. First Vegas, now... Ask him. What, no music? I'll hold the tears till I'm gone. You're like a switchblade stuck on flick. All right. Give a yell if there's trouble.
Не, щось з губами, типа.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. All the bribes I sent to the Omertas ended up buying me nothing. The great Khans aren't exactly clamoring to fight for my legion now. The garrison I established at Nelson has been wiped out. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking? We'll deal with Benny when the time comes. In the meantime, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started? I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf. It hasn't been hard to track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile. The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching. Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that I tried. I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
О, Бенні.
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation. That we do, baby. That we do. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go? Which greedy overlord do you want to start with? Nah, just spruce it up with a crucifixion here and there. Come closer so I can step on you. The Legion is twisted, baby. Original losers worshipping the king of creeps like he's some kind of god. They're worse than roaches. My advice? Put on your stomping shoes. But more like two, after what you did to the Omertas. Set it up right and the families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing. Mr. House hides Vegas under his skirt when the bombs fall 1,000 years ago, so it belongs to him? Forever? You buy that? Baby, every boss has a line to explain why he's special. Why everyone's gotta do what he says. You're just figuring that out? Vegas gotta swing, baby. Gotta have pizzazz. Respect where due, but that old man is square to the core. Ain't we covered this? The only thing not bad about them is they ain't Legion. The NCR is the biggest gang of thieves in the Mojave. Only difference is they pass laws to make their crimes legal before they commit them. The chairmen are true blue. The Omertas are degenerates. Never trust them. Or the white gloves. Just something creepy about them. Set it up right and the families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing. Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby. First base is whatever Mr. House would have you do. Follow orders, rig the game to his specifications. Then, when he ain't looking, you knock him out of the running and find a way to take control of those Securitrons of his. Go see Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Go on. Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the Strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig? I'm the most interesting person I know. Now, in the way back, we called ourselves the Boot Riders. Silly name, but that's how we rode the Mojave, dig? On our feet. We were nomadic badasses not to be trifled with. A gang of ruffians, though, with a certain panache. When House gave us the tops to renovate, his robots dropped off boxes full of suits and ties and wingtip shoes. Told us we were the chairmen now. That caused an uproar, but I said the name sticks. Chow to the old ways, baby. Time to swing in style. If the shoes fit, you wear them. 7 years. Took over 3 days after Mr. House introduced himself. Our chief at the time, mountain of a guy named Bingo, wanted to stay nomadic. I disagreed, so he challenged me to the knife. He looked so surprised when I stuck that knife in his neck. Thought he was so tough, but he was so slow. That's how I made Chief. It's how things were back then. We were east of Vegas when the first Securitron we ever saw rolled up on us. We junked it in a minute flat. The next day, 20 roll up, so we listened. Said we'd been selected. Vegas needed us to defend it. In exchange, we'd get cushy digs, full stomachs, medical treatment. Everything a nomad never gets, in other words. Most of the tribe thought we should say no. I thought it was the best idea ever. I prefer the term relocated. It took every stealth boy I had to cross the river at Cottonwood Cove. That was a close shave riding a boat full of Legion boys. Once I was across, I changed into a uniform I swiped off a dead legionary outside Nelson. Tried to sneak into the bunker, but that didn't work out. They found the chip. I wasn't gonna tell them what it was used for, but let's just say they were persuasive. Go. Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you get to decide. So which way you leaning? Sweet offer, baby, but if you cut these ropes, every legionary in this camp's gonna come running. With machetes. Now, on the other hand, if I had a stealth boy and a bobby pin, I could see myself out. Know what I mean? Baby, your generosity and spirit of forgiveness? Off the charts. This little care package is everything I need. I'll take it from here.
Another kill to my name. Had enough. Like that. Had enough. You like that? Come on!
The camps are getting crowded.
You're the courier who caused...
Бляха-муха, треба було зберігатися, бля, стільки текста.
And yet you did. All... You... So... We'll deal... Benny's theory, if I understood it through all the screaming, was that Mr. House stashed some kind of ultimate weapon down there. A gigantic robot to stomp us all to death. Who cares? Whatever it is, House built it. So I want it destroyed. I wouldn't trust Benny to lick my boots clean. This one falls to you. Yes, but then I'd have to kill them. You don't get it, do you? The weapons I wield are forged from blood, flesh, sinew, bone. Mortal stuff. Fragile, even. And yet my legion obeys me even unto death. Why? Because they live to serve the greater good, and they know of no alternatives. House's machines. That's not an idea to be put in circulation. I want you to... So go to the building. Talk to...
Go ahead and laugh, babe. That. Sure. Baldy one. Oh, you. Arch. Go on. Ta-ta. Sing, babe. Go on. Try not to smile. I know, so many options. How do you choose just one? So you keep saying. Sweet. Now, on the other hand, if I had a stealth boy and a bobby pin, I could see myself out. Baby, if you show me the door to Scramsville, that's where I'll go. Out of your hair, never to return. I've been a fink to you. Caused more than my share of grief by a hard mile. Let me go. You won't see me again. Check's in the mail, hey? Don't get my hopes up. Ta-ta.
Why?
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Sing, baby. Yeah? What about it? Baby, your generosity and spirit of forgiveness? Off the charts. This little care package is everything I need. I'll take it from here.
Another kill to my name! Another kill to my name! Had enough? Had enough?
Что ж ты, падла, блин, с стелбоем не можешь нормально втекти, блядь? Ну сиди тут.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
Still looking for a place to... All right, then. Careful where you flash that chip. All right, then.
Kaisar has permitted you to leave, but not with the platinum chip in your possession. Relinquish it and you may go. Wale.
Бляха-муха не випускають. Так, а де туди форт, бляха-муха, гробаний?
Kaisar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him. Kaisar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
ahead of schedule. I suppose it's just as well. This is where I wanted you to end up after all. I knew I could rely on Caesar to give you back the platinum chip. It is obvious to you that I built this place. The platinum chip opened it, after all. In any case, you're here, so let's get to it. The platinum chip unlocks this bunker. Hence, you have it. Hence, Benny was captured or killed. Possibly by you, but by my estimates, far more probably by Caesar's legion. Hence, Caesar gave you the chip. Hence, Caesar wants you to destroy whatever you find in this bunker. But that's not going to happen, because you're going to work for me. It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a kind of barracks. You'll understand soon enough. Was that meant to be a shocking revelation? Of course Caesar wants it destroyed. He's afraid of what the bunker might hold, and rightly so. But you're not going to do that. You're going to do the smart thing, and work for me. The platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at. My army will do what an army does best: defend territory from invaders and maintain order. The same equipment failure that prevents me from remotely operating this facility seems to have activated its security robots and turrets. There's a security room near the base of the stairs. Perhaps you can deactivate them yourself. I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense, as are the punishments for not doing so.
Scanning for hostiles.
Оу. Найкрутіша гра в цій грі. Так, ще одна спроба. У нас типу є два. Так, сліпінг і степлінг. Так, поудінг. То найближче, що я наблизився. Будемо воювати, блядь. Так, а...
Caesar has forbidden you to leave until you've carried out his will in the great underground vault. Very well. I must confiscate your weapons. Speak.
Let's roll out then.
Our way. True to Caesar. Our way. Are you ready to proceed? Done.
Don't need to.
Ого!
Your cooperation is requested.
Catch her chips early. You're just in time for your. You like that?
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again. You're free to leave.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
I'll hold up here. Don't be long.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution. Unless you want to perform it yourself. You need to work on your bloodthirst. We won't speak again until Benny is dead. Walk away if you want, but if you do, he's going up on a cross. You're still making a choice.
So, baby, what did you find down there?
Бля, це є, типа, її нормальний костюм. Якби. Який має нормальну броню.
So, all this time, the old man had an entire army on layaway? Clever player. Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those Securitrons come pouring out on Judgment Day. I'd pay to have that bronze. So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Figure out how to set things in motion. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. Let it swing. I see. And how's that gonna happen? Yeah, we talked about it, but that went a big fat nowhere. It's too late for that, baby. This decision you gotta make is going down now. So what's it gonna be?
Якщо я знову даю йому, типу, цей стелсбой, він, типу, включає цей стелсбой, починається драка. Давай зробимо так.
Don't do that, baby. Not crucifixion. I could be up there for days with those twisted creeps laughing and pointing. What am I gonna say? No thanks? If you can get these ropes off, I'll do my best to take down my share of the guards. Ring-a-ding-ding, baby. I've got your back.
Another kill to my name. There you are.
Щось не виходить його врятувати, типа.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Sing, baby. Ta-ta.
I felt the ground.
So, baby, what? Just... I see... Don't... You sick, vindictive fuck!
I'm sure you found. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, you have an interest in his death too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you. What did you want to know? My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent. Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years. What else did you want to know? Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe. He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal. Linnaeus is savage, Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my Legion. But this has its... He has no attachment to it. When another Legatus or a Kenturian, his first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience. Yes, this time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the Legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado. It's not going to happen again, that's all I have to say about it. And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject. What else did you want to know? Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship? Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength. Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable. Of course, the most powerful my Legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
Mad Max? Ні.
What else did you want to know? I'll hand it to that piece of shit. He was determined. He used some kind of old-world stealth device to get across the river in a Legion boat. Seems the device ran out of juice once he got here, but he was dressed like a legionary. He was caught just outside the weather station. See, thing is, he didn't change his hairstyle. To go to all that effort and fail because you're too vain to mush your hair. He was brought before me along with the platinum chip. That's how I knew he wasn't some kind of profligate infiltrator. Benny tried to sell me a story, but Lucius has a way of coaxing the truth out of captives. Everything just comes spilling out. What else did you want to know? I know he's a coward, hiding behind an army of robots ensconced in that tower of his like a wizard in one of those Grognak comic books. Some say he's a man, others a machine. I don't care. He's in the way. What else did you want? I've analyzed the region's tribes to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me. What else did you want to know? Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning.
Так, це звук в грі лагає.
Soon I was taking courses, free of charge. Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge.
Він розказує свою історію і про інші... Коротше, розказує мені інформацію. Якби ведуть допит Цезаря. Він мені все розповідає. Розказує своє життя.
It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. But before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight. The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage. I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a... Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they What up? It's called an auto-doc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical. Complete.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man.
Yeah.
It is a great honor. Wale.
The camps are getting crowded.
Такс. Треба буде завершувати. У нас через півгодини Fallout 76. Та ні, я тут думаю, вже скоро кінець цієї історії.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man. Again.
Let's hit the road.
Так, всі тут. Повинна бути вирішальна битва, я так підозрюю. Бо я вже запустив роботів. Наїбав Цезаря.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
Awe, are you ready? Very well.
Awe, true to Kaiser.
Thanks for getting me down from that cross. I owe you one. They did? Thanks. Okay. So long.
Блін, я думав, типа, Бенні так можна буде, типа, врятувати, типа. Я так розумію, Бенні піздець. Я думав, що він буде тут. Це за перешкоди, бля. Знову якісь глюки. Так, на цьому завершимо, типа. Дякую всім, хто дивився. Побачимось вже на Fallout 76-му. Може я перепройду цей момент з Бенні. Бо щось мені щось не подобається, щось з ним сталося. Хоча він козьол, бо він на початку у мене, ну, типа, персонажа нашого застрелив в голову. Але тут так, стільки варіантів його було врятувати, що я так розумію, треба було його рятувати. Так що побачимось в наступному стрімі.